Let's move out now with these men of a Counterfire Platoon, 223rd Infantry Regiment. They're looking for the position of an enemy gun that's been shelling our lines. Right now, they've got to find a place to set up some of their equipment. It'll record the sound of this gun and allow them to figure out the exact direction it's firing from. Well, let's go to the top of the hill with them now, where they'll set up some microphones. Guess you men do a lot of climbing in this job.
Boy, you ain't kidding. Seems like all this country is uphill. Anybody want a job as a mountain goat? You know what I'm gonna do when I get back home? I'm gonna get myself in an elevator and ride up and down until I forget all about this. You wanna tell them what's going on now?
Well, while these men are deciding where to plant the microphones, a second counterfire team is getting into position on another hill. There, they'll record the sound of the enemy gun from a different vantage point. Data supplied by both teams will be used to pinpoint the position of the gun. Although used towards the end of the last war, these sound locators have really come into their own here in Korea. They're usually set up on the side of a hill away from enemy observation.
Yeah, we don't like that observation. We don't want them Chinamen to see us. Why, man, you're slower than a Mississippi turtle. I thought you'd have that stuff set up by now. Looks like I gotta do it all by myself. What do you see up on top of that hill?
Well, let's see. Our friend Brown's up here, setting up the microphones in a definite pattern called an array. They're arranged on terrain higher than the surrounding hills because here, distorting echoes are at a minimum. You know, this equipment is one big reason why communist artillery in Korea is less active than it might be. Why the enemy moves his guns so frequently, trying to escape detection.
Yeah, we sure like to keep them guys moving those guns, because when they're moving, there ain't no shooting. Now, as soon as we get these microphones plugged in, we're in business. Brother, the guy that sat down and invented this must have been all wrapped up in his work. Well, we're all set now. You can fire when you're ready. Well, there's Brown gold bricking again.
Now the machine goes to work. That blast of the enemy gun has been recorded as a visual image. And now data supplied by the sound locator is gathered and transferred to a computing board where the men can figure the exact direction of the sound picked up by the microphones on the hill. The first step towards silencing that enemy gun. As soon as this direction line or azimuth is computed, it's sent back by radio telephone to Counterfire headquarters. Here, a plotter jots down the azimuth. And then he draws it on a map as a straight line. Where it crosses a line furnished by the second team, or array, the enemy gun is pinpointed. The exact map location of this pinpoint is noted, and for an enemy gun crew slamming shells into our lines, this may be a death warrant. Now, a call goes through to the artillery's fire direction center. A message received calmly, delivered just as calmly. Within seconds, it's checked by an intelligence officer, and the order goes out to an artillery battery. Okay, this is it. Speed counts. So it's on the double. Why? Well, because the enemy may move that gun. Because every time it fires, men may die on this side of the line. That's why. Charge HE, a high explosive shell packaged as a present from a 105 howitzer to an enemy gun crew. Move quickly, but carefully. That gun seems almost impatient. It's a good gun, well made, well taken care of. It'll do the job when adjusted right. Deflection 400, elevation 700. It's ready.
Hey, Sarge, how we doing?